Okay, I will admit my title is a little bit misleading. Yes, Crazy Rudy has been suspended more or less concurrent with the full moon, so I suppose on that alone, you could put all the blame on it for that. And I note that it caught his early Libra Neptune by square and is arguably pretty close to another square involving his ascendant zenith axis. But what I mean is that I see today as much more of a trigger than the main driver, without which it is very unlikely this full moon would ever have triggered anything this embarrassing. I'm referring to the transiting Saturn-Uranus square in the sky, which happens to be pummeling his ascendant and sun ruler Mercury in Taurus, which is located where? Of course, in the 9th house of legal affairs. So these two big planetary influences pushing hard into it, and kapow, his license is gone, at least for now. Will he get it back? I'm guessing probably not, or at least not for the foreseeable future, because Saturn and Uranus will not finish with that Mercury until the spring of 2022, by which time they start to work on his late Leo Jupiter and Moon, which isn't much of an improvement. Notice this ruling comes as Mars is returning to its original natal position, a well-known indicator of a new 2-year action cycle, and the last thing you want to see at the beginning point is stuff like this, which is basically giving you the 2-year thumbs down signal. Plus, if he waits it out deep into 22, well then we have 2023. But all that does is bring Saturn into Pisces to square his Gemini planets, even while Neptune is making its way deep into Pisces to square his natal Saturn. This guy is hosed, and deservedly so. The court ruled he made demonstrably false and misleading statements about the 2020 election, and that there is clear evidence Rudy communicated demonstrably false and misleading statements to courts, lawmakers, and the public at large in his capacity as lawyer for former President Donald J. Trump and the Trump campaign in connection with Trump's failed effort at re-election in 2020, and that therefore his conduct immediately threatens the public interest and warrants interim suspension from the practice of law. Well, I'll tell you, a lot more gently than I would have put it if describing the actions of this willful, corrupt, degenerate lawyer. But of course, what was his reply? I made all those statements, not a single one of them led to a protest, a riot, an incident, an anything, he said in an interview with Newsmax. Obviously those statements do not have the impact of creating danger. Really, Rudy, wasn't that you on camera urging the MAGA mob to, how did you put it, conduct a trial by combat? We all saw it and heard it, Rudy. How stupid do you think we are? Maybe a better question is, how stupid are you? Monumentally stupid, I suspect. To do what you were doing and think there wouldn't be consequences, and even more mind-numbingly stupid to ever get near this malevolent bull in a china shop who is known to destroy everything he gets near. Well then, too bad for you, Rudy. You are an extremely poor excuse for a lawyer, and you deserve everything that's coming to you, which honestly I hope is a lot more than just this. But I am encouraged that the courts are actually handing down judgments in direct response to the dastardly, mendacious malevolence you and Trump and all your goons employed during the 2020 election cycle, to the great detriment of our democracy. Rudy Giuliani and the journey from America's mayor to corrupt, unhinged, and disgraced American.